first thing we need to do is we need to choose goals that inspire us, right? You can't choose a goal based on what everyone else is doing or what you think sounds right or what you think that other people want. A goal has to be something that's very personal to you. It has to be something that inspires you, something that you dream about, something that you want really badly. You're passionate about this goal. And this can be a goal such as starting a business. And I know we're on YouTube, so we have a lot of content creators and people that want to start their YouTube business. So this could be for people that are getting their YouTube business off the ground or want to uplift their channel or do something better on their channel. This could be in terms of health, wellness. You want to eat better. You want to help with your blood pressure. You just have goals. You have to, while you have these goals, you absolutely have to have a motivating factor. You need to know what is motivating you to accomplish this goal, right? What is it? Why do I want to accomplish this goal? When I start working towards this goal, what am I going to accomplish? How will it feel to me? So these are things that you have to think about well before you even start doing the work on this goal. You need to make sure that passion is extremely important. If you don't have a passion for what it is that you're going to do, you may not succeed. You may start it, but you won't finish it. So you have to be clear. You have to be concise. I want to accomplish this, and you need to be very specific. And I can't explain to you how important it is that you sit down and you really think about what it is you're accomplishing, what it is that you want to accomplish, I should say, and you have to narrow it down, right? So that's the first thing, is really finding out what is it that is going to even motivate me to accomplish this goal. Why am I doing it, right? And most people, the answer to that is going to be success. I want to be successful. Well, listen, success is different for everyone. Success for you can be money. Success for me could be happiness. Success for the next person may just be that they are making other people happy. How you gauge your success is what's important here, not how other people gauge your success. Some people on YouTube may gauge their success by the amount of subscribers that they have, whereas other people may gauge their success on the amount of viewers that they get. The next person may gauge their success on how many people they have helped, right? So for everyone, success is different. So we need to take it out of our head that we can't worry about the next person, that we've got to focus on ourselves. Absolutely, Charlene, you have got to have a purpose, and that purpose has to be clear, it has to be concise, and you have to feel it from your heart, right? And yes, Mel, if you say I don't know, you can't start. You absolutely have to know what it is that you are wanting to accomplish, what that goal is. Now, the next thing is that you have to write it down. Well, Carol, I'm not really good at writing. You don't have to be good at writing. What you need to be able to do is take a pen and paper and write that actual goal down, and write it where it is extremely concise and that it is so clear that if someone that doesn't know you is reading it, they will understand what that goal is. Hello, Sharon. Welcome in. Hello, Naptura, Larisha. Welcome in. Welcome in. So you need to write it down, because most of the time when we write something down, it becomes real. So it's no longer an idea in your head, it's no longer a thought. Once you have written it down on paper, it becomes real. And so you need to write it down. And I can't say that enough. And a lot of people are going to say, well, no, I don't need to write it down. It's in my head. Well, think about it. It's been in your head for years and years and years. There's some of us that have had something that we wanted to do and it stayed in our head. You have to take it out of your head. You have to put it on paper where you can see it. Put it on paper where you can actually go back to it. When you start forgetting about it or moving on to the next thing, you're reminded because it is on paper. Now, for me, I have a huge eraser board in my closet on the wall. So whatever goals that I have, they are written out on that board. And so when I get up in the morning, I have to go in my closet. There's no morning that I'm not going in my closet. I have to absolutely go in my closet. So that goal is staring me in the face. So in the morning, that goal is, what are you doing? What have you Okay, well, get to go and get to working, Carol, because I am here and I'm not going anywhere. So I want to encourage you to write it down. And yes, Dolly, we are so guilty of it, all of us, because none of us are perfect. So if we were all really perfect and knew how to accomplish our goals, we would all be successful. But the bottom line is that we do not really know or understand what it takes to achieve a goal. It's easy for people to say, "Well, I set this goal," but how do we achieve it? How do we make that goal a success? So, we then need to really, yes, Mel, make a big banner, post-it notes, whatever it is you need to do. Like I used to have this thing where I would post affirmation on my bathroom mirror so that every morning when I went into the bathroom, I was looking at what I wanted to affirm, that I am beautiful, that I am successful, that I am a wonderful person, that I'm smart. So I would post those. They would be taped on my bathroom mirror. And I did that for years. So actually, if you can see it, you can start to achieve it. And that is so important. Yes, Dolly, another thing is applying that discipline and sticking to the task. And we're going to get into that because this is the problem. A lot of people say, this is what I want to accomplish, and they think that it's supposed to happen. They think that they're automatically supposed to have that discipline, and that's just not how most of us are built, right? Most of us need that extra push. We need those extra tools to get through it. So the next thing is to envision it, right? So I have a goal. Not me personally, but let's just say I have a goal. Well, yeah, I have this goal too. So let's just say we have a goal, right? And my goal is to lose 50 pounds. I need to literally envision myself 50 pounds lighter. Whether I have to go and get pictures from 25 years ago when I was 50 pounds lighter, I may have to do that. Or I need to envision my body 50 pounds lighter. I need to see that. I need to envision it. I need to actually look at that, know what it would feel like. Ask myself, how would I feel if I lost those 50 pounds? How would that look to me? Once I accomplished it, how would I really feel? So we have to have a clear vision of what it will look like. What will it look like when I get those 10,000 subscribers? What will that look like to me? What will that feel like to me? Will I feel successful? What does that success mean to me? How does it feel? So I need to start putting myself in that mode where I am envisioning this is what it would feel like. I remember years ago. And for those of you that don't know, I ran a successful daycare business for 30 years. And I remember in the very beginning when I was starting out, I will never forget this, guys. When I was starting out and I went from a daycare and then I brought the daycare into my home. That's a whole nother story because I needed to be home for my children and yada, yada, yada. And I remember when I set up the space that was specifically for the daycare for the children, I remember standing in the entrance and envisioning the sound of children in my daycare. I remember having that vision of children running around. I sat there and I thought about what it would sound like, the laughter, What would it sound like, the door opening and closing because parents were coming and going from bringing their children? So I had a clear vision. I envisioned it. And to me, for me, the success for me would have been the children coming and going. And obviously, me having that practice of starting to envision it, thinking about the sounds, thinking about the smells of me cooking food for the children, me envisioning that helped to make my daycare successful. It helped where I never had to worry about children being registered. I was always filled. I always had people looking to bring their children into my program, but I had put in the work before the actual process started taking place. And for a lot of people, this is the problem. A lot of people look at a person's success and they don't understand where the person came from in the beginning. What was happening before that success actually started? It's a process. So yes, Sharon, it's a mindset to be 50 pounds lighter and consistent. It absolutely is a mindset, but you actually have to do the work. You can have it all in your mind all you want, but you've got to be able to put in the work. You already have those subscribers. They are just running late. Absolutely, Mel. They coming, girl. They coming. 9,000 more. Yes, darling. Don't get so fixated on the work it will take to accomplish these goals. You will become overwhelmed before you even begin. One task at a time. Absolutely. Um, all right, Mel. Yeah, you remember those potatoes I made for the kids? Y'all was ready to dive through the camera. I tell you. Um, oh, Thomas, you was the only one on Facebook Live. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. This is the first time I ran it on Facebook, and I don't think I gave everybody enough notice. But thank you for coming over, Thomas. Thank you. Um, yes, right. They know your glory, but they don't know your story. That's right, Dolly. That's right. People don't know where you came from and how you got where you were. And the reason that I can talk about this, the reason that I can do that is because not only did I run one business, I've run several businesses and they've all been successful. So I'm just talking to you guys from experience. And yes, as a life coach, the reason I chose to become a life coach is because I know that I can help people accomplish some of the things that I've accomplished. So, Rose of Sharon, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. So yes, or Miss Audrey Rose, it's also helpful when you claim it and continue on as if you have it already. Yes, that saying, fake it till you make it, absolutely. So another thing, the next thing that I want to tell you guys is when you have a vision and you've chosen that goal, you've written it down, you're able to see it on a constant basis because you've placed it someplace where you can constantly see it. So then now you started to envision it, what it feels like. You already have put yourself in that position. How am I going to dress when I'm 50 pounds lighter? How am I going to dress when I'm sitting at the head of that table as the CEO of this company? How am I going to dress? Let's start doing the work. Let's start putting ourselves, we have that vision. So let's start working towards it. I want you then to tell everybody you know. Tell everybody you know. I am starting a coaching business. I am starting a YouTube channel, and this is what I'm going to be talking about. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to become monetized, and I'm going to run a YouTube business. Start telling everybody. Start sharing it. Now, don't share your plan because you know your best friend gonna take over your plan and she gonna have that YouTube channel up and running. So you don't share everything, but you share that this is what you are doing. Why do you share it? Because it helps to keep you accountable, right? Have you ever wanted to lose some weight and you told people and now you're starting to gain the weight back and now you're ashamed because you told everybody? So once you tell people, it helps keep you accountable, right? You don't want to go telling people, oh yeah, I'm going to start this business, and then 5 months later they looking for you and the business is gone. No, that should motivate you to keep going. Well, I done put this out there. It's no way I'm gonna look retarded to my friends and family. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push. Um, you said come out the closet and leave that 50 pounds in there. Absolutely. Absolutely, Tyrone. We have a plan. We let people know. Hey, Shirley. Hey, thanks for coming in, girl. Thank you. Manifestation. Absolutely, Shirley. You are going to manifest what you put out into the universe. And that's something that people don't truly understand, that you, what's in here? And that's one of the reasons that you want to have a clear vision of what you want to do, because by having that vision you're starting to manifest what it is you want to accomplish. So these steps are so important to your success. Hey Twana, thank you for coming in, sis. Thank y'all. So yes, so Mel, you're saying that we got that whole unused gym membership in our wallet. Get to work. That's it. That's it. Get to work. Tell everybody I'm be a CEO of this company in 5 years. Watch my smoke. Tell everybody, because it helps you to be accountable. Hey Tanya, thanks for coming in, girl. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate you all. Um, so yes, tell everybody, share it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to accomplish. Hey WTF. Hey, so tell everybody, this is what I'm gonna do. Don't worry about the people that's gonna hate in the back, because they gonna do it no matter what. You just know I'm telling them, because even when you tell your haters, that makes you want to do it more. Because I got something to show you. Oh, you thought I couldn't do it? Okay, well, I'm gonna show you. So once you tell them, go back to that written statement that you put down and keep going back to it. Now, you need to set a timeline, right? Because you can't just say, I'm going to be a successful YouTuber. And success, as we talked about in the beginning, can be whatever success is to you. But you can't say, I'm going to have get 1,000 subscribers and not have a clue as to how you're going to do it, not have a plan of action. We have to have a plan of action. Rosa Sharon, hey, how are you, sis? So Rosa Sharon is saying, I'm glad I stopped by today. I'm experiencing this right now. I'm working on a plan. I struggle with computer skills, so that discourages me. I need a course in editing, and it is very overwhelming. Well, Rose of Sharon, you stick to it. You don't give up. And the simple fact that you said that you need a course in editing, you're there because you understand what it is you need. You know, we can't be oblivious to what we need help with. We can't have the answers to everything. And I'm going to get to that pretty much at the end of my steps about getting help, receiving help. But we absolutely, it's so important to understand what your strengths and your weaknesses are, right? Because we all have them. We all have things that we are really good at, and we have things that I'm like you, Rose of Sharon. The computer, the editing, absolutely not. I'm making phone calls. You know who you are. I'm making phone calls all the time. Can you help me out? I don't know how to do this right now. Right. I'm always doing it. I have to call and I need help because it's not my thing. I'm hands on, but when it comes to understanding what I'm actually like going on and editing, it took me forever. But once I start grasping it, I feel better and better about it. And now I don't make those calls so often, right? So absolutely, definitely. Next thing, we're setting a timeline. And your timeline has to be realistic. Listen, the goal here is that we're setting ourselves up for success, not failure. So when we start to set up a timeline, make sure that your timeline is realistic. Do not say, I'm going to have 1,000 subscribers in a month. Don't do it, because you're setting yourself up for failure. And then a lot of times when we set ourselves up for failure, we don't want to continue. It stops us dead in our tracks. And there goes the dream we had, because now we're no longer interested because it didn't work out. So we need to set ourselves up for success. Now, when I say Set a timeline that's realistic. Break it down. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to realistic. I want to lose 50 pounds in 6 months or 7 months, realistically, right? Because that's going 2 pounds a week, 1 to 2 pounds a week. That may be 8 pounds a month, give or take a month where I only lost 6 pounds, whatever. But be realistic, set realistic time goals. Because the thing is if you do better, it's okay. But you have been realistic about what you set to do, as opposed to saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. Come on, we're setting ourselves up for failure. And then once we don't accomplish it, we're back to eating and putting on more weight than ever. So we have to be realistic. I'm going to set up a YouTube channel, and based on your life, not based on Bob's channel or Billy's channel or anybody else's channel, based on you. I'm going to do a video, 2 videos a week. I'm going to go live 1 time a week because that is what works for you. My success may not come at the same speed of your success, but my success will come because I'm basing it on my situation, who I am, what I have going on in my life. Thanks for stopping by, Charlene. So I'm basing it on what I have going on in my life. So make sure your goals are realistic, right? Make sure they're realistic. And then balance, balance, balance. And this is a problem that you're guilty of that, Tawana. Yes. Um, so balance it out, right? A lot of us have families, a lot of us have other obligations. We have things that we have to get done other than what our goal is, right? Everybody cannot make that goal their entire life because people have lives and things going on. So, balance. If you have a family, balance it out. Be sure, though, that you set up a specific time, whether it's an hour a day, whether it's 30 minutes a day, whether it's an hour a week. Set up a specific time to work on your goal, whatever your goal may be. So, if my goal is that I'm going to lose 50 pounds a week, 50 pounds over a 7 month period of time, not a week, guys. We can't do that. But if our goal is that we're going to lose 50 pounds in say 7 months, when I say balance it out and set a specific time to work on your goal, that means maybe setting aside some time to work out, figuring out a time span to do that, and then setting aside some time for meal prep. So you are balancing it out. You're not doing this all day, every day. You're not working out, trying to work out 5 and 6 times a day. You are balancing it out. If you are going to work on a business plan, you're going to do something every day towards research or whatever towards that business plan, but balance it out. Everything cannot be done at one time. And once you balance it out, you're not feeling as stressed because you have a plan, you have a timeline. You are going to decide what you're going to work on at this time, what you're going to work on here, and start crossing it off. Well, I have accomplished this, I have accomplished this, I have accomplished this, so that you can see that you are writing off, and then you can see that you're starting to get closer to your goals. Right, hour by hour now, whatever works for you is what you have to do. Now, I want to talk about, yes, small things each day will equal to the bigger picture goal. So just start. Absolutely. But start and have a plan in mind. Don't just have it in your head. This is what I'm going to do. Let's have it. Because that's why a lot of us fail. I mean, and this is the thing, everybody functions differently, right? So some of us can put it in our heads and say, I'm going to work on losing this weight. And some people just do it. And we despise those kind of people, don't we? But some people can just do that. But for the majority of us, when we have a plan of action, and the reason that New Year's resolutions don't work is because a plan without works fails. You have to have a real plan when you are setting a goal, or else, in my opinion, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, When you start your goal and you don't say something doesn't go the way you intended it to go, right? Something that everything don't go the way we intended to go. So I was supposed to accomplish this at this particular time and it didn't happen, right? Listen, be graceful on yourself. Give yourself grace. Do not sit there and beat yourself up because something didn't go right. It didn't go right. That just says this is a chance. I have a chance to do it over and I have a chance to do it better. So expect failure. Expect things to not always work out. Have an expectation. Leave some leeway for when things don't work out. Expect that everything is not going to go as planned because such is life. Something is always going to come in your space. Something's always going to come in the midst of what you have planned. So expect it, right? I have a plan to open up my business, and I'm setting up the space, and I'm ordering stuff, and this didn't come on time, that didn't come on time. Well, you don't let it stop you. You go ahead and you keep setting things up. You keep setting things up. Okay, so it's not going to come today, but it's going to come next week. So then you have to work around it. So absolutely, Mel, give yourself grace. And yes, Twana, the goals lead to a finished plan. Absolutely. Um, Small habits, small change lead to bigger changes, right? So, all of these little things that we put into place are going to lead to the bigger plan. Um, so we have to know that we are working on a plan. We cannot let the first sign that something didn't go wrong, we absolutely cannot let that determine whether we have failed or we have succeeded. In fact, because this didn't work, it just means that the universe is saying to you, I need you to do this a different way. I need you to figure this out. There's another way that may be a better way for you. So you have to look at things and not look at things from a negative light. You have to become positive. When you have a goal in mind, you have to set your mindset to be positive. And positivity is what's going to help you keep moving along. So Dolly says something to hold on to when things do happen to you is your why. Don't allow small speed bumps to derail your progress and lead you down a path of regression. Absolutely, which is why we have to understand what our motivating factors are. What is it that is motivating us to do this? Why are we doing it? So, as long as we keep that at the forefront, then we will remember why we're doing what we're doing. I'm trying to lose these 50 pounds so that I can be a better grandmother to my grandkids, so that I will have energy to play with my grandkids and spend more time with them. So keep in mind why you're doing something. I am trying to lose these 50 pounds so that I can feel better, so that my blood pressure goes down. So keep in mind what it is that you are trying to accomplish. And once you do that, you're actually working on the whole process. You're now starting to figure out and start to accomplish little things that are going to lead to the bigger event. Um, the last thing that I want to talk about is getting help. Don't be afraid. That's why when Rose of Sharon mentioned it, the first thing came to my mind is a lot of people don't like to ask for help. Yes, Tyrone, step by step, when you look up, you have taken a leap. And absolutely. And this is the problem. People do not have patience with themselves, but be patient. You don't, I would have people that would come into my daycare and they would say, oh my goodness, I've always wanted to do a daycare. I've always wanted to start a daycare. And I had some people that I coached a little bit along the way. And out of all of the people I coached, one of them actually opened up a daycare and is doing phenomenal. But one of the things is that people expect that people are automatically going to entrust their children with a stranger. You have to keep working. You have to keep marketing your business. You have to keep taking care of the children you're taking care of so that those parents will go out and recommend you to the next person. But it takes patience. Your business does not grow overnight. So people will look at your finished product 10 years later and don't understand the struggles that you had all along. So give yourself grace. Be patient. Patient is one of the biggest things that we have a problem with. We are living in a generation where everything is now, 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 right? When we want answers to something, we Google it and we get the answer right away. Well, that's not how it works when you're working towards a goal that is important to you. Because if it was that simple, you wouldn't need to set up a plan. You would just accomplish your goal. If it was that simple to lose 50 pounds, you wouldn't have to look up what foods are good for me. If you needed to lower your blood pressure, you wouldn't have to look it up. You could just say, I want to lower my blood pressure, and it would happen. But that's not how it happens. That's not how it works. Dolly, you're saying I'm guilty of that. I really feel uncomfortable asking for help. I'm learning to lean on others a little more every day. And you know that you absolutely have to. You know, we always say it takes a village to raise a child. We are a village, and it takes a village to uplift one another. It takes a village to empower each other to keep going, to do what we need to do, to see for other people to say, girl, you got this. You got this. So we do have to support each other. When I say get help, it's like Rosa Sharon said, I need help with the computer. Don't be afraid to go out and ask someone for help. Because you know what? The only thing they can do is say no. The only thing a person can do is say no. I really don't want to help you. And what do? You move on to the next person. Or you decide to take a class and you go ahead and you get the information that you need so that if you feel that that's what's stopping you from your channel from being really great because you don't have great editing skills, then you go out and you get someone that's going to help you. Or you go on YouTube and you find out, you look at some tutorials to help you get it done. But be graceful. Take your time. Understand that you're not going to learn how to edit overnight because one day it's going to all click. You're going to go, oh my God, I can't believe I had such a difficult time doing this. So just be patient with yourself, be graceful, and it will happen. So many of us have goals that we want to accomplish and we haven't gotten it done. We set every 6 months we set up the same plan. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this, and we don't do it. If you see that you need help, hire a coach. So a lot of times people, and someone asked me the other day, hey Jasmine, welcome in. Someone asked me the other day, and I was so taken aback. I was so taken aback. But this person said to me, you know what, Carol? I know that you're a life coach. I know you. I know you. I know you're a health coach. I know you're. What do you do? You're welcome, Rose of Sharon. You are so welcome. And she said, could you, she said, I need to know what it is you do. And, we laughed about it and laughed about it. And I realized that so many times we take it for granted that we say we're this or we're that. And you think people know who you are and what you are. So when I say, especially for people setting, for me, I am a health, wellness, and life coach because I believe all three go together. So when people come to me or when people are struggling with certain things, that you feel that you need someone to hold you accountable for, that is what I do as a coach. Hey, Dorothy, thank you so much for coming in. So that is what I know, Mel. You didn't know. You didn't know. And it's okay. I'm just glad that I said, oh my God, I'm so happy that you asked me that because then I realized a lot of people don't know what a coach does. Dolly, they don't know what we do. Um, so as a coach, we are, if you think in terms of, this was how I explained it. I said, if you think in terms of a baseball coach, he's out there on the field with his players. and his goal is for them to succeed, right? So the ultimate goal is that they win the game. That coach has given the team the tools they need to win the game. They've given them the plays. They've given them all the tools that they need to play the game. They've helped them out with certain exercises to build up their strength. They and for a lot of us, we don't know, but a lot of the football players, they have nutritionists on deck to help them build muscle or whatever they need for their sport. So they have someone that's holding them accountable for what it is they're doing. If you don't do the play as the coach asks you to do the play, then you jeopardize losing or not achieving the goal that they have as a team. So as a coach, I am your accountability partner. You win, I win. You accomplish your goal, I have accomplished my goal. I can't win unless I see you win. So my goal is to make sure that I give you the tools to win, that I give you those tools. If I see that we have worked out a plan to set goals and I see that you don't know how to accomplish those goals, well, that's what we do. We work on those every week until you have figured it out. We set up a plan of action. I give you some things to work on for the week. We go back the following week and we review those things and we find out what's working and what's not working. And that is how we plan a plan of action that is going to be successful. So as a coach, that's what I do. As a health and wellness coach, I help with meal plans. I help you transition from a meat eating diet to maybe a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet or a pescatarian diet. I help you do that. I help you by giving you menus and different choices to make. If you are dealing with inflammation or lack of sleep, I help you with foods and things of that nature to help you get where you need to be. So I needed to answer that question because a lot of people do not understand what a life health wellness coach does. I believe they all go together. Other coaches are different. Some coaches function only in dealing with business. I function and help out with things that I personally have an experience with. I am passionate of helping people succeed. I'm passionate about that. Um, I am passionate about seeing people succeed, seeing people accomplish what they want in life. That is what drives me. And so for me, being a health, wellness, and coach works for me. It is what I dreamed of after I decided to retire from my daycare business. It is what I wanted to do. It's what I'm passionate about. And so I would love for you guys to find out what your ultimate goal is and to help choose goals that you're inspired and passionate about and then make them happen. And if you are looking for a life coach, I'm going to be taking on new clients in January, and we'll hit on that at some other point. But I will be taking on new clients in January. But the point is to get help. Do not be afraid to get the help you need if you have something that you want to do and you don't have all the answers. You need someone to help you, someone to walk by your side, someone that you can call and say, listen, I'm struggling with this. How can I not struggle with this? How can you help me? So, absolutely get help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. It is so important. It is so important. Um, so that is what we do. Dolly is also Dolly is also a coach. Her specialty is relationships. That's a thing. And her specialty is also health and wellness. Now, if you want someone, I'm going to plug my sister. I'm going to plug my sister. If you want somebody, I can't even say this without laughing. If you want somebody that is going to motivate you and hold you accountable to your goals, and you are on a journey of a physical journey of losing. I'm not calling her anymore because she had me up. Was it 5 a.m.? We was up every morning, 30 days straight, 5 a.m. And when you decide to do that again, you let me know so that we can let everybody know. But Dolly did a 30-day program with me, and we were up every morning 30 days straight working out, and I really hit my goals. And she was the perfect coach because she held me accountable. She wasn't too hard. She is a drill sergeant, but it was just enough that I understood that I am in control of my own destiny. But I'm gonna kick your butt and I'm gonna make you. I want to know why you saying you're not getting up. Okay, I'm gonna call you back in a half an hour and I want you up. Okay, I'm up. So when you're looking for a coach, you look for someone that is really gonna help you accomplish your goals. So get help. So I'm just gonna go back. I want to review some of the steps that we talked about today. And my hope is that I have helped some of you, giving you some food for thought that will help you along your own personal journey of planning for your success and figuring out how to achieve goals that you want to achieve. So let's just go back over them really, really quickly. We're going to, number one, choose goals that inspire us, goals that we are passionate about achieving, right? The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to write these goals down someplace that we can see them each and every day. We are going to envision our goal. We're going to actually start to look at, envision in our minds what it will feel like once we accomplish it, what it will look like, how we would feel. And we're going to have a real clear vision of that so that that will keep motivating us as we move forward. We're going to tell everyone about our goals. We're going to share it to the mountaintops. This is my goal and this is what I plan to achieve. We are going to set a timeline that is specific and realistic. We are going to have balance in our lives, but we are also going to incorporate, along with that balance, we are going to make sure that we have set a time that we are going to be able to work towards our goals, whatever that time frame is for you. If it's an hour a day, if it's an hour a week, if it's an hour a month, but we are going to balance it out with our lives. We are going to have grace on ourselves, right? We're going to embrace failure. If we don't succeed at each and every obstacle, we're going to jump over that and we're going to start all over again. Or we're going to change it around so that it works. Sometimes we have to do some finagling so that something will work better for us. This is a growth process. As we are achieving our goals, we're going to be learning along the way. And last but not least, if we know from the onset that this is not happening for me, I keep doing the same things over and over, and I need help, go on out and get the help you need. Go on out, get yourself a consultation with a life coach. Hopefully, that life coach is me, and get the help you need to get inspired to get your goals accomplished and achieved. So, I also if you have, there's another video that I did on planning for success. And once I run this video, the live is over, I'm going to make sure that I incorporate that video so that if you go back and watch this live, you will be um, you'll be able to click on that video and see to get some more information on, even I even have a video out on planning your day. So I'll make sure that I have those things available for you. Go through my playlist and see if there's something there that can help you. But guys, I thank you so much for coming on this video. um Remember guys, if you can dream about it, you damn sure can be about it. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a good one.